welcome back. Some more Rogue Squadron. Hi. Jumping right in. I had a bit of a problem with this game that I tried to fix, which was crackly audio. So I spent like the last... Oh look, Tit Lieutenant, that's me. I spent the last, like...
Now that Wedge is safe, help General Madine free other rebels from the notorious prisons of Kessel.
20 minutes, to a half hour trying to fix it, and I didn't get anywhere. Nary and I, neither of us could figure this out. So the audio, the video is great. The game looks amazing. That was the problem it had for years, but now playing this without crackles, that's a whole different story. So I don't know how to make that happen, and I rightfully don't care anymore, so we're gonna just play. And then after this, Hand of Fate 2. So I'm gonna shorten this stream so we can do more Hand of Fate. Alright. Let's do it. So let me know if the volume is good when I get in game.
Thanks again, Rogues. I thought I was done for. Listen, while I was on that train, I found out there are other rebels at the main prison facility. Chris Madine and his commanders will follow us in and get them out. Any idea what we're up against? Unknown. Switching power to front deflector screens.
Okay, cool.
Maintain visual scanning.
That's good? Alright, hey there, let me lower it a little bit. So you're gonna get some crackles. But yeah, this is part 2 of Rogue Squadron. Over my Rogue Squadron streams. Last time, I rescued Wedge. Biggs. Wage. And I also dealt with some crackles, which I'm getting right now, too. There doesn't seem to be a way around that, sadly. Sucks, right? I wonder if anyone can offer a solution. Please let me know.
We have a problem. They have some sort
There's always a problem.
We can't get through. My guess is that they have some sort of generator nearby. Do you think you can help us out? You got it.
Hang on a second. Vinny, you didn't tweet? I thought I did. You sure I didn't tweet? The Clone Wars game for GameCube? I have that game, I like it. That was one of the better Star Wars games for sure. Wow, I didn't do the tweet. That's weird. Okay, I thought I did. I did watch the Hack Frauds. Finally, their Hack Fraud Last Jedi review is up.
Madine shuttle. Destroy the power generator.
I'll talk about that a little bit. So I thought Mike would love it, or at least like it. He didn't. They were kind of like indifferent about it. They had their problems. It seems like they liked some of it. The funny thing about watching the Red Letter Media reviews or thoughts on Star Wars is someone online put it best, which is to say, "Oh good, their review is online. I was tired of having my own opinion." Also, I don't remember Yoda twerking.
That got it. Shields down. Commencing rescue.
No, but they're definitely, you know, the thing about watching someone else's review is that it opens your mind, man, and it kind of shows you, it demonstrates some of the things in a movie that can be kind of bad. Alright, need to take out these TIE fighters first, because I am having some issues here. I can't pay attention and talk at the same time. I can't play the game and talk.
Thanks, Rogue Group. I'm clear.
Oh, good. I'm glad you didn't die. Is this building just invincible? Yes, it is. So, you know, I like... Their review was... I was looking forward to their review more than I am Episode 9. And I enjoyed their review. I enjoyed their opinion. I didn't think that, the movie was as bad as they felt it was.
Rescue complete.
Even though they didn't say it was bad necessarily, they're kind of just mixed.
Vinny and his commandos are heading to the next prison.
But, you know, I definitely have had my problems with the movie thinking back on it and reading more about it and, like, some of the stupidity. But I still enjoyed the theater experience, so at the very least, if I never see the movie again, I had my fun with it. But the Star Wars is like life or death for people. And it's not really life or death, it's just kind of a movie. And, you know, for every bad scene in Last Jedi, there was a good one. And, I don't know, you know, I had this idea. One day I'd like to tell you about my spoilers idea of how Episode 9 could start.
Squadron, where's our cover?
I have a pretty good solid foundation. I'm gonna email Jabraham Abrams, and hopefully maybe he'll figure something out, because I think I got a good story. I'll just write a fanfic, if anything, you know? No harm, no foul, no loss. If he doesn't take the movie idea, then we'll just fanfic it. Trying to lead them shots. But yeah, I love the way Mike was reacting to the movie. He was a good reviewer for a while, but now we gotta put him down. Dementia has set in. We gotta take him out back.
Rebels located. We're on our way.
It's rather unfortunate. I thought we would get at least another couple years out of him, but yeah, we gotta take him out. Gotta put him down. Oh, this is a secret. There it is.
Sir, we found some seeker missiles.
Nice, I needed those. I don't think they're seeking missiles yet. I can't seek.
Rescue complete.
Okay, good.
Rogue Squadron. Madine and his commandos are heading to the next prison.
My accuracy is going to be garbage on this mission. But yeah, this is a wonderful game still. I was thinking about it last night after I finished playing it. I was like, wow, that was a great experience. It holds up so much better than Turok 2. Holy shit. This also inspires me to maybe want to play Rebel Strike, the weakest of the trilogy. However, it's still, you know, it's still a Rogue Squadron game. It's not that bad.
We're taking heavy fire.
Oh, I just attacked a TIE Fighter Shadow. I'll say this though about The Last Jedi review, and this, again, I avoid spoilers because I already did a spoiler review. Poor useless stormtroopers. I'm gonna say this, Rich Evans has an amazing point about how limited the Star Wars universe is. And how, like, every time it's gonna be, you know, Rebels versus Empire in one form or another. Good guys versus bad guys. And they had a chance in this movie to do something a little different, but they didn't. They almost did. They had some good stuff in there that could have gone in a different way, but they just kind of kept it safe. And Rich Evans, internet superstar's prognosis of the movie was, is this just Rian Johnson learning how limited the Star Wars franchise is? And I think that's a good point, because for everything that it did different and interesting, it also played it safe. And then when it was like really cool and interesting, it was done really sloppy. Which, as much as I like Rian Johnson as a director and as a person, yeah, he made some very dopey decisions. Anyway, so that's I know we've talked so much about Star Wars, but I am streaming a Star Wars game. I figured this was an appropriate time for it. And yes, I did like the Hack Fraud review a lot. I may not agree with all of it. I don't always agree with them, but I love their perspective. And they are educated. They've made such masterpieces as Space Cop. You know, so obviously I hold them in high esteem. But, you know, they don't ruin movies for me. Oh no! Republic Commando? I've never played Republic Commando, but I wanted to check it out one day. Someone in chat just said, shut the fuck up about Star Wars, please. I'm playing a Star Wars game. Why are you watching this? What are you doing with your life?
Now that Wedge is safe, help General Madine free other rebels from the notorious prison.
So this is an X-Wing. Alright, and the X-Wing...
Again, Rogues. I thought I was done.
It's got 4 wings. It's like an X. But when you close them and you make them into like a line, they're no longer an X. There's plenty of in-universe explanations, but I can't remember any of them. But did you know that the Millennium Falcon can make the Kessel Run in under 7 parsecs or whatever? Whatever number of parsecs that is that I always forget. Oh, you know what I could do? Alright, so I loved when Spock transferred his brain into another person. I thought that was a very underrated moment.
We're receiving the data from your R2. Rebels located. We're on our way. Group, we have a problem. They have some sort of energy shield we can't get through. My guess is that they have some sort of generator nearby. Do you think you can help us out?
You got it.
I need to take out some of these turrets. I think the problem is that I let the shuttle take too much damage early on. Should be good now. Okay. Died. Yeah. Get the fuck out of there.
Shields down. Commencing rescue.
Now we're good. Oh, this missile turret, though, doesn't need to be here. See you later. N64 emulation is so fickle. It really is. Like, again, you know, finally the video works, but then the audio crackles. It's like, come on, N64 emulation, you're so close. But you know what? I love N64 emulation because it gets rid of the blurry shit. It gets rid of the fog to some extent. Like, you can do a lot with it. You can retexture games. You can do so much. Like, I'm a purist to a certain extent. But I'm willing to, when I stream Sunshine, with the texture pack. I love that shit. I think that's great. I love how the communities of these games come together to improve the experience. But I don't think N64 emulation is like, you know, coded poorly or anything. I think there's a lot of, you know, some games are flawless and better than flawless, but then you have a game like this that took like 20 years to make. No, it took many, many years to crack the video code. But I tried like 4 or 5 audio plugins with no luck. So I just wonder. I wonder if there's like a cure-all for any audio problem. I wonder if there's like one plugin that's like the master plugin, where it just works. It just works. Okay, I think we're good over here. What do we got here? We got, ATSTs! ATSTs!
Rebels located. We're on our way.
ATSTs! ATSTs! Damn it. I ended up wasting the missile anyway. Oh! That's one way to take out a TIE fighter.
Sir, we found some seeker missiles.
I had a lot of faith in my lasers just then.
Rescue complete.
Rogue Squadron. Madine and his commandos are heading to the next prison.
That poor son of a bitch, just doing what Palpatine told him.
Palpatine. I love the Star Wars because Emperor Palpatine is good. He's my favorite character.
Yeah, our boss is like a monster. His face looks like the bubonic plague got to him. Hang on. Are we the baddies? No, we couldn't be the baddies. But there's a skull on our hat! That's why I like the I like Finn defecting. I like that we were seeing, like, people defect even though they are traitorous rebel scum. It's an interesting facet that, you know, like, I thought the Clone Wars was gonna be completely different before the prequels came out. I thought Clone Wars was like Jedi versus, like, Sith Lord clones or something. I didn't think it was gonna be like stormtroopers. That was always weird to me. Just graze the top of that thing. You know, so the fact that stormtroopers started getting recruited and weren't just clones, I'm glad that was like touched on and addressed. Holy shit, ATST, please. I had no choice. Kyle Katarn was a former Imperial officer. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right, that's right. That's right. Kyle Katarn. It's been a while. Hey Joel, I streamed Star Fox 64 fairly recently, I think. I don't remember now. But, no, I'm just gonna stick with this for now. I'd like to do, if I do any more Star Wars stuff, it's gonna be that movie battle mod for Jedi Academy. Which looks really cool. I think I might want to, you know, Republic Commando is certainly an option for the future. the Clone Wars game on the GameCube was surprisingly good. Han was an Imperial officer. Oh, but you don't learn about that until you kind of, you know, read one of the books, right? Like in the movie, you don't really get any of that stuff. I kind of, I read the Han Solo trilogy before it was decanonized. And fuck those guys in particular. I mean, they're, you know, they were great books, but they're just, now they're just fan fiction. But, you know, even when I was reading the books, and I'd read a few Star Wars books, Shadows of the Empire was great. There's a couple of really good ones. Even when I was reading them, I didn't consider them like sequels or prequels. I just kind of figured they were just books.
Last group scan, here we come!
I didn't know what the word canon meant, you know, when I was a kid. So I just read them and I was like, oh, it's a different thing. It's a, you know, it's not the movies. Some of it was very good. Timothy Zahn always wrote good shit. Cool. Are you? How clear are you, though? There's still fucking TIE fighters, which are magic, by the way. That can defy physics and do like 360-degree flips without crashing into the ground. Like, where is this TIE fighter going? Jesus. Disney is to Star Wars as Bethesda is to Fallout. Well, I can agree with that to some extent. But remember, before, you know, I don't really love the direction Disney took this stuff in. But before Disney, we had sand. It's coarse, it's rough. It gets everywhere. I hate you!
We're all done here.
I hate you!
I lost R2.
We had...
Is the people gonna die?
No women and children! I feel like I have a nostalgia for the prequels now. Past the Red Letter Media reviews, they're just goofy, fun movies with good world building, as I've said. But Star Wars was in a rough state for quite a while there.
Good work, Rogues. General Nadine, we'll buy your boys around when we get back to the fleet.
You're on, Commander Skywalker. Good luck.
And, you know, I know all about how the Clone Wars show redeems a lot of the schlock, but I have never seen the full Clone Wars. I saw a little bit of it, and I've seen Rebels and stuff. I've, you know, dabbled in that stuff. But, you know, for me, all I had seen was Dexter Jettster's 50s bar, you know?
In the skies above Talaran, fight the Empire for control of the Tabana gas platforms. But be careful not to harm the civilian operations there.
So this isn't Bespin. Not Basepin.
Hello and welcome to Basepin.
But, hey, you know what? The cool thing about all this new Star Wars stuff that's happening is...
Fighter we have, capable of matching.
It doesn't erase The original trilogy. Like, that still exists. Why does that pilot have 4 legs? Oh my god. Those sprites. It doesn't erase the expanded universe, that's still there if you want to read it. I mean, yeah, it's not canon anymore, but it still exists. I mean, I get it. I get why it sucks. With the rescue of Widge Antilles and Rogue Squadron at full strength, the Rebel Alliance turns its attention to a new Imperial threat, Moff Cole Cerdon. Preparing to capture Thifera with its precious supply of healing Bacta, Cerdon is now consolidating his power for a massive attack. His success could very well break the fledgling rebellion and surely doom the galaxy to Imperial rule. Luke Skywalker and Rogue Squadron are assigned to disrupt its operation with swift hit and run missions against key targets such as the Imperial mining operations near Talaran. The crackles will eventually end. They're here for a minute, and then they kind of go away. I'm just eating cereal very close to the,
Talaran. It's a beauty.
Unfortunately, the Imperials own it. They harvest the Tabana gas to use in their weapons. It increases their firepower. They process and store it on these floating platforms.
There are civilians down there too, so make sure what you're shooting at is Imperial. We're here to take out their Tabana gas supplies and do whatever damage we can to the local TIE fighter squadron.
Huh. Now I know what it's like to be on the other side of one of these little raids.
Alright,
my scanners.
It's the Tabana gas.
There's a very similar mission to this in, Rogue Squadron 2. Hang on a second. In Rogue Squadron 2, in Rogue Leader, you're not supposed to destroy these.
The blue ones are civilian. Let's check our fire.
Oh, okay, I see. I see what's going on here.
I've got a problem here.
Oh my god. The cloud cars are civilian. Okay, I'm having like some trouble here. I feel like you can make tighter turns in the sequel to this.
Nice of the Empire to label their gas containers for us, eh, Luigi?
Wow, I just saw an X-Wing disappear. There's some, rumor, there's a video about, like, Counter-Strike. This is an unrelated topic to this game, of course, but Counter-Strike might get a survival mode. Apparently for the past year, they've been patching, assets for a survival mode into Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Like, even before PUBG became hugely successful. But every patch, people are data mining new things. And it looks like there's gonna be a survival island map in Counter-Strike. And I'm interested, but... like, what the fuck? How is that gonna work with, you know, the Source 0.5 engine or whatever it is? Like, Fortnite is fine. I like PUBG a little bit better now that I think about it. As cool as Fortnite is, Source can support a ton of players pretty well. Well, I'm curious. I'm interested to see where this goes. But in terms of the battle stuff, I'll probably get really sick of Fortnite. But it does play well, and it's better optimized than PUBG. When the next PUBG patch comes around, I'm hoping that it's gonna be, you know, when the big one comes around, I'm hoping that the game is gonna be, like, more playable, less crashy. You know, the vaulting should be interesting. But I'm really interested to see Valve's take on this. Because I think they could do a good job. Like, I do enjoy the genre. It's a very fucking addictive genre. Battle Royale, survival, whatever you want to call it. Like, I like it, but I also don't feel like we fully got there yet. And as cool as Fortnite is, man, the building mechanics, it becomes like who can build a fort quicker while you're in the middle of combat. And some people get so good at building forts.
Nice job, Skywalker. I'm beginning to see why they say you're the best.
In Fortnite, one of the things that annoys me is if you're really good at building forts, you can just dominate. So, as opposed to the game being purely about shooting, it's also, you know, it's also about cheesing your way into a prison. There's definitely some frustration. So, you know, maybe Valve will nail it. Maybe Valve will be like the next PUBG. CSG.
There's a lot of Imperial activity up here.
Counter Unknown's Strike Grounds? I don't know. A game called Fortnite where fort building is the focus. I know, could you believe it? What I'm trying to say is, it's a cool concept, and I don't think they should change it, but it does get a little annoying, which is why I think that's why PUBG has the upper hand. The only thing I'd like about Fortnite, well, there's a couple things I like about Fortnite. I like the loot. I like the way it loots. Like, you can loot a lot of different weapons, and they have rarity. That makes looting a lot more fun. Oh, Jesus. And I like that it is a very well optimized game, and anyone can play it. Like, it's really... it's not a very graphically intensive game. So there's, you know, there's some good stuff. So now we have to wonder, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, a game that came out many years ago, on a modified engine from even more years ago. I wonder. I mean, if it even does happen, it may not. Holy shit.
This reminds me of Bexton. My squadron started it once for a
not.
possible Imperial takeover. Too small, though.
Here's something. Fancy.
Shit. Why is it bad that Fortnite requires more than being good at more than just camping and shooting? Okay, it's a personal preference. I'm not the word of God here, I hope you know that. My opinion about it is, when I play the game, it's just people spamming walls all over the place. Not all the time, but some of the time, it's just wall spam and bunny hopping.
I'm having trouble with my scanners.
And it seems like a lot of the time while I play the game, I'm just shooting walls. Here's what's good about Fortnite. Hiding in a basement and building yourself a roof so that no one knows where you are. And then when the circle closes in, you come out and you attack everybody and lose anyway because you suck at the game. So, I like the building element. I like being able to, like, you know, build forts and everything. I just feel like it gets a little bit abused. Maybe a cooldown timer would be nice on the walls. Like a couple seconds per wall would be nice. But instead they just appear immediately, and it's just a race to who can spam walls the fastest.
The Brewers are civilians. Let's check our fire.
Come on. Maybe walls don't have a hitbox until you finish building them. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea too. It would change the nature of the game.
Good job.
And maybe most people don't feel that way. That's just how I feel. I kind of want to see a version of the game with some cooldown and see where that, you know, how that works. So that you have two separate phases. The build phase and the attack fight phase. So that they don't, like, combine into one weird, like, crazy thing. Still a good game, though. I mean, I'll tell you how good of a game it is. It's really easy to get lost and play for like 2-3 hours. Easy. And not even think about, like, oh, right, I just didn't eat dinner because I played Fortnite.
Nice job,
Oh,
Skywalker.
shit.
I'm
Oh,
beginning
fuck,
to
thank
see why
God.
they say you're the best.
Am I? I just crashed into the whoa! I almost crashed into the blockade runner. Vinny, what's your first experience with Star Wars? It was a Chewbacca Pez dispenser. And, well, it got stuck in an orifice, and I had to go to the hospital. No, I really, my first experience with Star Wars, and why Star Wars is a thing that I like so much, is because my aunt got me the trilogy on VHS. And up until then, I really didn't love movies. Like, I enjoyed watching them. But Star Wars made me a fan of, like, movies. I got the VHS. This is the non-special edition. You know, the originals, just kind of slightly enhanced for the VHS versions. And had an interview with George Lucas at the end of the movies. And I wore those tapes out. I was fucking captivated. And then I saw a documentary on TV about how the Star Wars movies were made. And that blew me away almost as much as the movies. But I would come home from school and watch the trilogy in order. Like, so one day I would watch A New Hope. The next day I would watch... it was the Leonard Maltin interviews, yeah. The next day I would watch Empire. Then the next day after that, Return of the Jedi. And then I would start them over again. It was bad. So, after that, I played a bunch of Star Wars video games, like Super Star Wars on the Super Nintendo. I got a couple of the books.
Excellent work.
I became a pretty fucking huge fan. I loved it, actually. It kind of was like my thing. And at the time, there wasn't like you couldn't get lost in it like people do now. There was just a couple of books. There was 3 movies. And some video games, some of which weren't so great. Then the N64 came out, and Shadows of the Empire came out, and that game was my shit for a while. Little did I realize that the game actually was shit.
Incoming tide.
Standard Imperial swarm maneuver. Watch for fighters coming from below. This reminds me of Bespin. My squadron scouted it once for a possible Imperial takeover. Too small, though.
So, you know.
Yes, I am Luke Skywalker. Hi, welcome to Bespin, but no, it's not Bespin, it's a little smaller.
Shields are a little weak.
Wow, wow.
Here's something. Advanced lasers.
Yeah, advanced lasers. I need these. Right? Like, I kind of really need these right now, and I want to keep them, so I have to finish the fucking mission, and I have one life. Yeah. I'm still alive. I don't know if there's any more missile turrets over here. One more.
I can tell you one thing,
thank God.
The officer on duty is not going to enjoy explaining this damage to the local moth.
He may not live to tell about it. Moff Theoden is notoriously unforgiving.
Hey, it is me, Luke Skywalker. I'm here to shoot down the Bacta tanks. Hey!
It was just bad accuracy, otherwise there would have been a silver. But yeah, that worked. Got better lasers now. So,
During the Talaran operation, a team of rebel commandos stole several AT-PTs from an Imperial base on Fest. Unfortunately, their escape did not proceed as well as they expected.
Shadows of the Empire is not too bad. It just controls like hot garbage, but if they released like a remaster of that, I'd play it in a heartbeat. It's got a good story. It's got cool characters. The opening mission with the snowspeeder, ironically, was the best part, which is why Factor 5 came along and they were like, hey, can we make an entire game based on the Hoth level? And they did.
From which a team of
it was
rebel
this.
commandos are attempting to liberate a squad of AT-PTs. Their escape has become compromised, and we need your help to get them out of there. The speeders and tow cables will help you with any walkers you may find. Good luck.
This is a fake Hoth level.
Rogue Squadron, report in.
Oh, they even get the Hoth music, too.
Locate the captured AT-PTs.
Rogue 7 standing by.
Rogue 8 standing by. Rogue 9 standing by. Rogue 10 standing by.
You know, you could take those down with just blasters. Just takes a while.
Maintain visual scanning.
So yeah, this was my favorite Star Wars game for a very long time. And then the GameCube version came out, and then that became my favorite Star Wars game.
Sir, we found some seeker photon torpedoes.
Did you hear that again? How the voice changes? It goes from like Rando to Luke. Rando Calrissian to Luke Skywalker. Fluke Skywalker, sorry, it's not a real Luke. It's not Mark Hamill, it's Fark Hamill.
The AT-PTs have been destroyed.
Oh wait, those were the... oh. I don't know, guys. I remember when Episode 1, to lead into the Racer, I liked Episode 1 Racer. I thought it was a really solid racing game. I liked F-Zero and Extreme G better, though.
Rogue 9 standing by. Rogue 10 standing by.
I like the games with vehicular combat more than the ones without. But, I remember I didn't follow the Star Wars Episode 1 hype because it didn't look like Star Wars. But then I started getting excited. Like, I remember, I had a magazine, I forget which magazine, it was like a PC Gamer magazine, and on the cover...
Sir, we found some
Listen.
seeker photon torpedoes.
I love that.
Secret proton torpedoes.
There they are. Looks like we'll need to clear a path for them. Rogue 8 and 9, concentrate your firepower on that gate. Everyone else is with me. We're going after the walkers.
When I saw Episode 1 in the theater, I didn't hate it. I felt instinctually that something was wrong. And then finally, years later, I was able to articulate it.
By order of Moff Theoden, you are in restricted airspace. Surrender immediately.
But for a while, I loved that shit. Because it was like... You know? Fight. There was fight. lightsaber shoot. This is what I'm supposed to be doing? Yeah, I think so. Which prequel-related game do you like? I liked Jedi Power Battles.
The gate is down. Repeat, the gate is down.
I liked Episode 1 Racer. I liked the Clone Wars game on the GameCube. I'd say I played a good chunk of them. I didn't play the movie tie-in games, though. I only ever rented the Episode 1 game. But Jedi Power Battles I thought was kind of cool. Oh my god. Oh, I should have taken this thing out way ahead of time. Yep, that's gonna be a restart. And we get to watch it explode in real time.
We get to get some secret proton torpedoes.
I liked the original Battlefront 2 quite a bit. Yeah, I had it. I played the fuck out of it. That's one of the reasons I was so salty about new Battlefront 2, because original Battlefront 2 was so amazing.
Abort mission. The ATPTs have been destroyed. Repeat, the ATPTs have been destroyed.
The original Battlefront 2 is still playable online on Steam. I know, I did a stream of it not too long ago, and then I downloaded it again and played a couple matches. Still a great game. And I never played Knights of the Old Republic. Nope.
When you reach your Rogue Squadron, report in.
That's why I would recommend...
Rogue 8 standing by. Rogue 9 standing by. Rogue 10
anyone who's disappointed with Battlefront 2, or Battlefront New, I should say, check out the mod for Jedi Academy called Movie Battles. It looks awesome. My blasters fire to the music.
Sir, we found some secret proton torpedoes.
I'll never get over how much I love that voice change.
There they are. Looks like we'll need to clear a path for them. Rogue 8 and 9, concentrate your firepower on that gate. Everyone else is with me. We're going after the walkers.
Yep. Yeah, see, I wasn't paying attention. I was busy talking about Star Wars, the Episode 1. And then I ended up dying and not...
By order of Moff Seven, you are in restricted airspace. Surrender immediately.
The walkers.
Moff Bearded.
I wonder if I should worry about the little stormtroopers on the ground.
Activate harpoon.
I say, whoever did the music for this game did a really good job at translating the Star Wars soundtrack into MIDI for the N64. Surprisingly good. And the voices don't sound too compressed. Like, I know they're compressed to fuck to fit it on an N64 cartridge.
Cable out. Let her go.
Not too bad. Tolerable. Those stormtroopers are, like, made of Phasma armor. Holy shit.
Make sure they get to the landing zone intact. Good job.
They're gonna go head to head with that walker. I can't let that happen. Vin no like Knights of the Old Republic. I didn't say I didn't like it. That's one of those things that happens a lot on the internet. If I say I've never played something, I think too often people just assume I don't like it. I didn't have an Xbox. I didn't have an original Xbox. I forgot to slow down properly. You can double brake. What are these things? Like, rob the robots.
Fighters at 2-7. I copy.
We lost an ATPT. Oh, fuck that. You need to go.
Watch for enemy fighters. I'm on it.
Yeah, got it. No!
The ATPTs have been destroyed. Repeat, the ATPTs have been destroyed.
Knights of the Old Republic is the only RPG I ever played. Well, I know it's available on everything, but you guys know how I feel about RPGs. There's thousands of games I haven't played. And I've played thousands of games. But RPGs, that's like... So if someone in chat's like, oh, Vin, you should just play the original Knights of the Old Republic trilogy. No problem. And I think to myself, holy shit. That's like 150 hours of game.
When you reach your destination...
Rogue Squadron, report in.
Rogue 7 standing by.
Rogue 8 standing by. Rogue 9 standing by.
Rogue 10 standing by.
Vinny, they're only 40 hours each. That's still a long goddamn time. Only 40 hours each. Never? No, not never. I don't say never. The only game I've said never to is Doki Doki Literature Club. Because I know what that is. That's streamer bait. I'm good on that. And I like streamer bait. Usually.
There they are. Looks like we'll need to clear a path for them. Rogue 8 and 9, concentrate your firepower on that gate. Everyone else is with me. We're going after the walkers. Whoa! Rebel intruders, by order of Monsieur, then you are in restricted
Vinny, you played Mario RPG on stream. Yeah, we do this a lot. We go in circles. Maybe you're new to the stream. But I don't mind streaming RPGs. I streamed Earthbound last year, but I'm very calculated about how I'm going to be spending 40 hours or more of my stream life. You know what I mean? It's not just about, like, I could do it, so why not do it? It's like, do I want to? That's like 2 months of my life, man. I stream slow.
Good job. The gate is down. Repeat, the gate is down.
Alright, I guess I have to take this out now.
Let's make sure they get to the landing zone intact.
So, like, my next RPG that I want to stream is either Mario and Luigi or Mother 3, right? Those are the two big ones. But I'm not, as I mentioned the other day, I'm not ready for Mario yet. Because we just got done playing Mario game. And I'm not ready for Mother yet because I don't feel like playing, like, a brand new thing. So... And we already lost one. Wow, this mission sucks. So, you know, listen, I want to I definitely want to stream cool games. I want everyone to be happy to some extent, but I can't make everybody happy, so I'm streaming Rogue Squadron. I'm making me happy. It's the only person I really know how to do that with. Why are we doing this camera angle? I don't like this camera angle. Oh, good.
Fighters at 2-7. I copy.
Oh, please. Okay, yeah, the turrets need to go. The turrets are what killed them last time. I could probably hold off on the TIE fighters for a second. Here we go. Okay. It's one set of TIE bombers. Next set of TIE bombers.
Watch for enemy fighters. I'm on it.
All right. All right. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm gonna go do something real quick. I'm gonna leave the ATPTs undefended, even though I have an entire squadron of dudes that could help me. Where is it? Where's the facility? I don't know what that facility is. The shielded facility. What is it? Where was it? Is the question. And I lost it. Oh, here it is. Come on.
Excellent work.
What even was that? Did I just kill a stormtrooper production facility? No explanation. One ATPT remains. Somehow another one was destroyed on the way. I mean, I'm not totally surprised I left it.
The ATPTs have reached the landing zone. Repeat, the ATPTs have reached the landing zone.
Excellent work, Rogue Squadron. Those ATPTs would have been used by Moff Searden, the local Imperial governor. We believe he's consolidating his forces for an attack on our Bacta supplies.
But without Bacta, our medical supplies are useless.
I know, Wedge. We're watching him closely. Good work. Now head back to base.
I destroyed a trash production facility. Friendly saves. If I'm not mistaken, if you get all bronze, you unlock a new mission. If you get all silver, you unlock another mission. All gold, final mission.
In an attempt to make the rebellion pay for its raid on Fest, you must help the innocent people of Chandrilla protect the supply train and stop the Empire.
Let's see. I don't know how many missions are left. There's probably not too much stream left of this game. I'll do one more mission, and then I'll finish it on another stream. If you'd ever play your game and finish it all on another stream.
Rogue Squadron, this is General Riken. Chandrilla is under attack. Imperial forces are attempting to bombard and surround the city with wall builders. You must protect the hover train. The supplies it is carrying must reach Chandrilla, or we will lose the city.
Nice. Turn the Jedi music.
More flights is inbound on 17.28. I'm hit. I'm hit. But not bad.
Maintain visual scanning.
Skywalker, what are you doing?
Sorry.
Enemy fighters?
They just kind of appear out of nowhere. Wow! And thus Luke Skywalker and Wedge Antilles died by crashing into each other.
Inbound fighters at 1013. I copy.
So I'm hit. I crash landed safely. Need pickup. Hang on back there.
Sneaky bastards. Jesus. Could you imagine you become a fighter pilot in the Star Wars universe? And that's what you see? Just a head-on collision with another X-Wing? Great. Just crash into the train, why don't you?
Rebel scum, this is Mark Sheridan.
I love the way he said that. Rebel scum!
Blockaded the city, and Sunvillage is now mine. You will surrender, or I will shoot you all down.
That's how a Moff talks. Rebel scum! But he's so, like, calculated and calm about it. Like, very proper. I know that there's another secret on this level somewhere, but I'm probably gonna pass on that. Well, still got it. Thank God for R2 repairing the damage. Or thank the Force for R2, I guess. Rebel scum. I saw that. I saw that happening. I just let it happen. Shuttle down. Motherfucker. Now, let me just do a quick research here. Blockade on advanced bombs. Fly left, use the white outline. The cities are flight line.
Protect the city.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. This thing, the bonus is probably going to be a little bit out of the way. Again, for anyone just joining, the crackles, it's an unfortunate N64 emulation thing that I couldn't fix.
Can't fire. The S-foils are closed.
Someone gave this one AT-AT the order to take out this... whatever the fuck this is. Oh, good. It worked. And I was braking too.
Commander, the train is under attack. I copy. All flight is inbound on 17.28. Maintain visual scanning.
Holy fuck!
I've lost R2. I'm hit.
I have to feel bad for R2. You know what? I'm gonna say that without a spoiler, there's a scene in The Last Jedi that I just felt terrible for R2. Nothing happens to him. I'm just saying, there's like a very sad scene. Everyone cares about a fucking soccer ball these days. But R2's the true hero of the Star Wars universe, you know? R2 is best droid. I don't care how much a ball gets paid to show up in this new movie and how fancy this ball tech is. R2 will always be my trash can. God damn. Sometimes I feel like Rogue Squadron is useless. You think it would be immoral for Luke to use the Force to will them to be better pilots? It's like a bunch of me's flying around. Here's a piece of trivia for the Star Wars universe.
Rebel scum, this is Mark.
Yes, he said it again.
As you can see, I have blockaded the city, and
turns out the wings on the X-Wing can be used to physically mangle a TIE fighter.
Enemy fighters at Mark 2.
I'm on it.
Rebel scum. But seriously, what is this thing doing here? Oh!
Sir, we found some advanced bombs.
Can't fire. The S-foils are closed.
Okay, so in Rogue Leader, when you go to fire, the S-foils just open. Automatically.
Protect the evacuation shuttles.
This is not a good time to be out of torpedoes. And remember, they're not photon torpedoes. They're proton torpedo. See, I can bring Star Wars and Star Trek together too. Original concept. Original franchise, do not steal. Two shuttles survived, I think.
Commander, we have TIE bombers and TIE interceptors on scanner.
I can't wait. I really can't wait to get the V-Wing. V-Wing is the best ship in the game. That's something I wish was made canon. Done?
Luke, I've lost my stabilizer.
Have your RT unit lock it down, Kason. Kason, more? Ah, of course.
Moff Theoden.
How pathetic. Allying yourself with those rebel criminals rogue squadron. You and your so-called rogues helped in the absconding of my ATPTs and the plundering of my research facility. My retaliation shall be swift and just.
There is nothing just about your actions.
Do you no longer harbor any loyalty to our Emperor? Defecting to the rebel terrorists shall be your undoing, Kason. Unfortunate to lose such a fine officer, but the weak will die off to make room for the strong. It is the way of the universe.
Emperor's a cool guy.
Rodent.
Looks like Satan.
There you are, you coward. Do you think you can get away in that
Inspires
shuttle?
trust.
Kason, do not pursue that ship. Repeat, do not pursue Cyrdan. We don't know how many ships he has backing him up. We must remain here to secure Chandrilla.
I copy.
Coward.
This was based on a book, right? The Rogue Squadron series. 6 seconds. God damn it. Cool. Oh, this is the volcano level.
Engineering an assault on a volcano base at Sullust in retaliation
Yeah, no,
to
fuck
the blockade
this
on
level.
Chandrilla.
Anyway, let's we'll come back to this. One more stream remains. I started a little late tonight, but I do want to do maybe some of the bonus missions.